this.
Well, let's see if he can on the opening map. We're back with Sadakist and Moses as we jump into the rematch as Spirit taking on NAVI.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. James Banks, Thor and Vendetta. You guys are lovely as well, and we've got a lovely game to start things off because Spirit wants this rematch with NAVI. They played them very well the other day, but so far today, at least in this first round, it's NAVI that gets the first blood as Simple starts it off with one kill, Boomich to follow it up. Chopper will get at least one back in return, Jason, but Bit is there to find Mir. Good morning, Mr. O'Toole.
Good morning, Mr. Sadakist. Yeah, a beautiful day for I'm going to try and hang out of this B bomb, but he's got a split catwalk. Chopper's going to hit something spectacular. Oh, and they both do just that. This turned so quickly. Electronic left in a 1 versus 2, and Chopper hits another banger. 1-0 for Team Spirit.
1-0 indeed. And good start to turn it around. They were 2 men down at the start of that particular round, and still they come away with it.
Yeah. That looked like NAVI was going to have that pistol around in the bag there for a moment, but good shooting from Chopper. That USP was perfectly placed and some critical headshots with low HP. So NAVI's going to be on the back foot to open up Mirage. Down 0-1 and not having any kind of full investment in this round. No armor picked up behind these Deagles. Looking for some early kills to create some gaps. We'll see if anyone's going to be able to do just that.
Bit's gonna hold underneath in the underpass position. SDY already with the MP9 at connector. The only rifle right now in play, the one for Chopper, but the MP9 goes out. No mistake made by SDY as he takes down Boomich. Looks again for more as Bit does get the only kill so far for NAVI. It's Mir and Magic to close it out. Pretty straightforward. They get 2 kills on SDY, despite that he goes down, so the MP9 will quickly be upgraded onto a rifle. You'd expect, okay, actually, they're going to throw him over an MP9, and that'll allow him full utility. I'm surprised by that, actually, but fair enough. They get the other rifle onto Mir. I guess that allows, like I said, they allow him to get more utility and armor, and therefore he doesn't have to spend all the money all at once. Which I suppose makes sense, Jason. That's smart. Spread out the wealth.
Yeah, share the wealth. Spread it all around. Everyone gets a little bit. Navi's lining up immediately for a split towards the A bomb site. Boomich in middle, working his way fast to connector, and Bit's got a double kill. He delivers early on, and Chopper, this time there's going to be no heroics because Boomich has a perfect timing. He knows the kills that Bit has provided will give him free access to just walk through the smoke, and Mir's got to back away. Mir and Magic's both want nothing to do with the fight, going to try and save these weapons. Still enough cash built up for a buy in the next round for Team Spirit. But this is an early setback, a very convincing setback.
Magic inside of the ladder room to hold, and right now bomb already planted on the A site. They're just checking to make sure the perimeter is clear. No one going to be sneaky inside the site and go for any sort of defuse. But what a turnaround. First gun round, NAVI immediately with the 2 kills on Bit. That's the M4 as well. It was now picked up onto him. So NAVI just going to tread lightly on this one. I don't think they're going to chase too much here, but again, just still holding on, making sure that bomb ticks away. Good start. As we say, Team Spirit, NAVI, they played each other the other day. It was, again, Team Spirit that had the substantial lead on this map, Jason, and then we saw that all fall apart very quickly. As it was the, 10, 14, I think it was 14 rounds in a row to bring it back. It was 10-2, yes. And then NAVI just absolutely slaughtered Team Spirit in the second half. So Spirit's definitely going to have a chip on their shoulder from that game, but we'll see if NAVI can get a better start, because ultimately that shouldn't have had to happen anyway if you look at the 2 teams on paper. But Spirit, again, we talked about this a lot yesterday. They are the RMR leader based on the points from the last CIS RMR and the fact that there was a carryover for some of those teams. And now, you know, if they get a top 3 in this, that's great. But if they can get into second, if they can get into the finals at the very least, man, oh man, they're going to be brilliantly set to make it through it. Because I think, like you said, there's one more RMR before we do get to the October date for the Stockholm Major.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch that all play out. Dexter has the AWB towards ticket booth at the A-bomb site. And almost a peek from ramp from Electronic. That's a good find from Bit. Again, back-to-back rounds opening kills for Bit. Last round it was 2 headshots. This round just 1. And he's been dinked, so he's going to have to back away. He's going to turn into a real hard lurk. You can see at the top of mid. Electronic, almost a chance for Chopper, who sideswipes into his view. Dexter is back there with the AWP, and Electronic spotted him out in the open. That's exactly what he wanted. He knew that Chopper wouldn't be able to get away, and now Dexter has it all to do, and Navi's going to back away just a little bit to readdress and light up some utility, and Team Spirit again already calling the save. Dexter's out of there.
Yeah, Dexter's going to have to leave. AWP, they want to carry that over for the next round, so Navi going to tie this game on 2. Pretty quickly, Bomb's just going to work inside of the site now. Electronic to plant it. They still have coverage, although late smoke, to be fair, at Connector, but they did have players facing that position down, and Magic, seeing that smoke in position, knows that he's likely safe to grab at least the M4, so they'll carry that over and get the 2 rifles back into play. We are seeing the AUG quite a bit, more than the Krieg, and I think that makes sense, right? Because even during that meta, and look, it's been changed for a while, but the AUG made this, I think, gave the CTs a bigger boost than the Krieg did for the Ts, if that makes sense with the headshot potential.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the Krieg first bullet accuracy was pretty nuts at that time. But yeah, the
it was
ability...
super nuts.
Yeah.
But I don't think it changed too much of what the Ts were already capable of doing in terms of taking sites. There was a little bit less execution, more picks, but the CTs, I think, can hold angles a little better with the AUG.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Am I crazy?
No, you're good. Well, I mean, you are, but
all right, cool.
Yeah. This isn't necessarily the biggest indication of that.
Okay, cool. All right, good. Because I'm trying to hide the other ones as much as I can.
Yeah, keep those ones hidden. Keep those ones buckled down. Boomich going to be chatting with the boys. It's a 2-2 scoreline and a tactical call for Team Spirit. Going to take some time to discuss things. They have managed to save enough weapons to keep scraping together some of these buys, but that option is slipping away. Very, very low on funds after this round's investment, and that's why they want to talk things over. They want to make sure it's as efficient as possible. And really, I mean, it's a couple kills towards A, actually 3 kills off A ramp in the past 2 rounds, and Bit with 3 opening kills in the past 2 rounds as well. He's done a really good job, so we'll have to figure out exactly how they want to handle that situation. Dexter does have the AWP. Last round it was at Ticket Booth. This time he's going to go towards the mid window. Actually, excuse me, towards the B bomb site.
Morning for Navi. You can see it by indication of Boomich's apartments. That's in Moscow, and we've seen them in the dark a lot of the games that we've had to cast Navi. They've had most of the afternoon games when they are on our stream, but today could be a very long day for either of these teams.
Yeah.
Boomich, 23 HP. That's the big thing about Gambit winning yesterday. As great a series as that was, they get a map in hand and they get the morning off.
Yeah, they get to avoid a best of 3 to start the day. Sure. Either one of these teams would have loved that opportunity, especially Spirit. They cannot be feeling good right now. That's a really cool call from Navi out of the timeout. You know Team Spirit's coming up with a plan and chatting about something and adding a few more details into whatever they decide they want to do. And Navi just hit him with an A rush right up the ramp, getting out before the utilities even laid down. And the timing of it just annihilated Spirit. They only had 1 defender at the A bomb site, 1 defender in jungle. It was an immediate call for retake, and Navi takes most of their guns away. All but 1. All but Magic's. And a 1-round lead for Navi.
So sitting in the lead now, Navi. Boomich very aggressively moves forward, but yeah, the round got a little sloppy toward the end of it now, as it's no kills yet for Perfecto, but Dexter, the same result on the other side. We're still getting we're still very near the start in this, so we won't read too much into that. I think yesterday from Navi, one of the things we did see in that Gambit series was a contribution from almost everyone, which was really nice to see. Point Simple was actually bottom fragging in that series, and it just goes to show how competitive the whole team needs to be, especially against a team currently in the form of Gambit. SDY in a great start this time as well. Mir, a little bit quiet so far. He's typically been the consistent player for Team Spirit. And I imagine they'll want to get him onto an AWP as soon as they can afford it. But right now, again, they'll sit with that single rifle saved and nothing to work with otherwise, as you say. So good job done by Navi. And they've got 2 rounds in hand right now in terms of buying. So like we say, you get 2 in the bank. The bonus starts to build up. You don't really have... This is like a very tough job for an objective for Spirit to do in breaking down their economy.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. It's going to take multiple wins in a row. Navi taking this one very, very slow. Very cautious as Perfecto comes through underpass. It's this 1 rifle that they need to find. There is a player at top mid as well, but it looks like Navi is content to not fully take control of middle, at least initially. Molotov in towards the door. There's utility towards top con, and flashbangs out mid. That's gonna allow Perfecto to creep up, and oh, Magix wasn't ready. Mir as well gets baited. The swing to try and trade the initial kill, and Chopper goes down as well. So Team Spirit, again, quickly out of a round, and this is gonna be another clean sweep. 4 kills for Boomich, just pivoting in mid. And that is what...
Oh, yeah. I would flex on that camera, too. Nicely done, Boomich. Well done. Get the camera showing us those 4 kills. I agree.
Team Spirit's
That's the audience falling over backwards in his presence.
Team Spirit's got 2 kills in the last 4 rounds, Matt.
Yeah, not ideal. Again, going back to that economy we just talked about, they're just letting Navi snowball at this point. But Boomich, good to have him have a start as well because 7 kills on him. Yesterday, at times, he was the slow one to get into the game, so... Yeah, headshotted so hard in that round, even his camera got taken down. So now we'll wait and see if they can respond as they get back onto the guns. It's Dexter, actually. So interestingly enough, Mir was, and I mentioned him on the AWP. Dexter has been the main, but yesterday we saw Mir picking it up a lot. So Dexter, obviously, on Mirage is what they're going to stick with. SDY with the smoke down bottom connector is going to look through the top of it and see if anyone's going to push through. He'll also have spotted the smoke going by on the top of his screen to see into the window, but flash in his face, the quick peek from Bit, he's forced to fall away, and the bomb's still waiting at Horseshoe. Should stay there for a little while. I think Na'Vi knows, okay, they'll pick it up now, but I think Na'Vi knows they can play picks at the start of this round and get a feel for what the defense is presenting to them in terms of money, in terms of AWP, utility, all the rest.
Well, the nice thing for Team Spirit, as we can watch Na'Vi circling back through T-spawn for an A-hit, Dexter far back has all the counter utility that he could possibly want. He's got a flashbang for himself. He's got a smoke to put on any Molotov that comes in his direction. He's got his own molly if he wants to block off access to the site. He can do a lot of different things, but he's got to stay alive long enough. And actually, now that he's moved himself into the site, he might not have that timing, especially because Chopper's gone down. That's a good pivot. That's a good follow-up. And he knows there's one more in holes. Oh, but the switch away is unfortunate. Electronic has taken scalps.
Yeah, I don't know why he switches away in that situation. He needs to be ready for the fight at all costs. Sure, you might think the pistol, but Electronic's able to swing so quickly. 3 kills for him as they open up the site again, and Bit takes them down. That was their best chance to steal around back, and Magic now trying to fall away and save his gun. Will sneak through the doorway of Checkers and be gone. Be gone, my friend. 5-2, Na'Vi looking... rather aggressive in this game. Remember, the pistol as well. They started off with the 2 kills, and Spirit did convert, but that's the only 2 rounds they have so far. So Navi's almost played this flawlessly to start off this game, and Simple's going to find Magic as well. No guns saved. 5-2.
Well, we've had Bit now with some stellar opening kills. We've had Boomich with a quad kill round in mid, swinging around and killing everything that shows up. Electronic just with those 2 incredible shots in quick succession. I mean, just on an individual level, Na'Vi seem to be firing at all cylinders early on in this game. Let's see if Spirit can slow that down or put a complete stop to it at some point. Fast B split. Navi's trying to exploit both bomb sites, both sides of the map, and Mir misses a shot.
Perfecto already inside of the smoke. Boomich holding from the arch. Dexter, quick shots. Nothing happening with the Deagles so far.
They want nothing.
Perfecto.
They want nothing to do with this fight. They're just
I'm so surprised at how passive they're being in a lot of these rounds, but they are going to set up for exits right now, and that's a smart thing to do with the Deagles. At least get a gun down from Boomich. Don't know that they'll be able to grab that gun. Good shot as well onto Electronic. Did that? I'm sorry, I don't think the wood does that much damage. Maybe it was a body shot. I thought it was a headshot through the wood, and that's why it didn't get the kill, but Simple's going to slide out and catch out SDY. I guess it doesn't matter. Ultimately, he doesn't get the kill, but the point being he had good accuracy on both shots with that Deagle. So only the 1 kill in the end of this, and they'll actually not even challenge that position. They're going to just leave through Checkers, and it's going to be 6-2. Na'Vi looking very good. Maybe mornings are good for them. Maybe they're a morning team.
Well, you know, it's not morning where they are, I don't think. It's morning where we are.
Okay, look, I get it. Okay.
It's earlier in the afternoon.
It's morning in the gamer hours, okay?
Yeah,
the context
that's
of gamer hours.
Yeah.
We're just on the, like, normal people hours right now, which is weird to me.
Yeah, adult hours. Yeah, this was a good shot. I thought this was a dink through the wood. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what I assumed.
Yeah,
it was.
I think it was. I don't know,
6-2.
and I admit, I'm sure there's someone out there who's done all the math and gone into the servers and knows all the damage distribution and, you know, penetration numbers and knows that that was a dink. But for me, I don't know what it is through the wood there, so I'm not 100% sure. But I think it was. I think it was a dink. I'd love to be more confident in telling you that, but unlike Anders, I don't spend 80 hours in an empty server.
Yeah, Anders is a special character.
He is a character's a good word, right? He's like an NPC, but like he's like the boss of the NPCs.
A chief NPC.
Yeah.
Ooh, electronic as the smoke fades. Take it away, man.
Yeah, good contact. I was just going to say, trying to go straight up for the fights because they know they have that confidence. We're seeing how passive Spirit's been, but now that they're back on the rifles, Chopper's going to get close to a main swing out. Good flash. Bomb as well. Simple's the one that they catch. So not only do they get the op down, but they've got a presence sitting on their doorstep that they're going to try to do something with, at least buy some time. They can't really afford to hold it aggressively per se, and that's why Electronic immediately goes back up to grab it because he knows that situation is the truth. Chopper's going to check as well and confirm that it is gone. And Simple's op still sits on the ground, though, so they know that that's not in play. They know it's going to be rifles they're going against, which suggests perhaps a fast play. There's only one nade as well left over, so best round for Team Spirit in a while as they can try to hold on to this. And they are going to creep toward B. 2 players waiting, however. Magic is one of them. He's up on the balcony already, and Mur just waiting toward the bench will be able to cover out Catwalk. In fact, take that back. Magic has just dropped down, so sorry about that. Minimap misleading me, but he's certainly in a position of power and readiness. But Molotov, no, they don't have. They've got the nade only. Boomich gets the kill. Good jumping play to get the position as Electronic then goes inside of the site and is able to trade off. His teammates on Catwalk has to watch window. They get the bomb plant down. Dexter, timing just barely off. Nearly got the shot, and Perfecto, escaping death, is able to run out and deliver it to Chopper instead. And Dexter finds himself suddenly in a 1-on-2. Good mid-round adaptation from Navi. Good take on the site, trades, and now coverage from one another as Dexter is going to try this. No kit to work with as he sneaks in with the AWP. Desperate play. Electronic as well as making the angle harder and harder to find as he walks around at the bench. He's going to know surely that he's back in that direction, but again, they can't find each other on the other side of the pillar, and now Dexter's going to try and run. That gives Electronic a chance. Good shot back to at least get another kill, and Perfecto wants to catch him out. He wants to try and take this AWP down, but murder hole, not going to happen. It's going to go 7 rounds to Navi either way.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal job by Perfecto. First getting that initial lurk kill in the middle of the map and being able to hold on to it, allow his teammate to pivot around him through T-spawn, and then also the follow-up on Catwalk in a 2v2. That's really, really nicely done from Navi. Using Electronic to jump out the window to bait out the shot from Magix, and just everyone from Navi still individually hitting the shots whenever they're presented to them. That's what's amazing about this, is Navi just hitting the standard shots, but they're not missing. Flashbangs and utility out. Chopper with the Deagle is blinded up for the moment. There's Bit. Again, just an opportunity presents itself, and not a particularly difficult shot. Again, everyone from Navi being able to deliver in these fights.
Trying to deliver at least. Dexter just waiting it out with the AWP, trying to see above the smokes. As that blanket, rather annoying textures. Don't often see that boost, but they tried to make it work. Perfecto, meanwhile. Just waiting to hold. Simple. It's got Magic's. Good shot. Electronic will take out Mur instead. So with Mir down, it's all on Dexter. Navi's going to win out another round rather emphatically as well. All 5 alive. They leave the bomb alone, and so too will the CTs. Navi's looking untouchable at this point right now, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an 8-0 run, and there's only been a single close round in that. And even that wasn't all that close. That was the 2v2 we just witnessed in the previous. Oh, it's only one player surviving, but Team Spirit didn't even really have a chance at retaking and defusing that bomb. So another timeout is called by them as they have to try and come up with some new ideas again. Double op setup might be an answer. Although, I mean, Dexter's op hasn't really felt too impactful. Same with Simples, actually. The Ops haven't really had a whole lot to... and we haven't had to sing their praises too much quite yet in this match. It's been guys like Electronic, Bit, and Boomich delivering some stellar shots with AKs that have really taken over this game. 6-round lead for NAVI. And they're going to go for a bit of mid control. 3 players, Boomich, Simple, and Bit to swing out towards the top of mid. SDY, utility behind the boxes, and there it is. The opening kill with the AWP. Nice shot from Dexter.
Gets things started this time. Maybe they can actually add to it and build on it, but Simple's got other ideas as Mirror's gonna be caught out. Bit gets SDY. Everything that they get, Jason, on the Spirit side is immediately answered. Dexter, though, good shot through the window, through the wall, quite literally, into Perfecto as he spotted them trying to get information from the underpass. Electronic, inches away from being spotted by Chopper.
That was bold. With the knife out, the back turned as well. That's a bit cocky, but he does just sneak away. He's going to go meet up with Bit, who has the bomb. Simple close to underpass and mid. Actually, Electronic's going to come back. Oh, and there's the win. It was Chopper caught sleeping. So Op inside the bomb site on Dexter. Op in middle on Magix. But both of them going to pay attention to the A bomb site side of the map.
It's a shot from Bit, though. Dexter gone. Now he's got to clutch this back. Finally, a 1vx situation for for Spirit to try and win. And yet they may not, but Magic gets the shot instead. Bit goes down, and it will be the round to Team Spirit. They'll find their third finally, and they're trying to decide exactly what they want. It's going to be the AWP naturally pulled over as the defuse will come in. But that was close, still tenuous, and the fact that only one player survives is going to make this still very uncomfortable for Team Spirit as they try to make amends. There's the man who did the work as we look in on them, but Dexter, to start this off once again, was able to get 2 brilliant kills. That one as well was very quick reactions, and his AWP was certainly worth saving as they'll give it back to him to try and make the most of it. There's the perspective from Perfecto. Not really much he could do and react in that time.
No, those first 2 kills from Dexter were spectacular shots. They had the money to go back into the double op setup, but they chose not to. Dexter had plenty of cash to drop one over. They're just going to keep the single AWP. I don't think the double op, that setup actually had too much impact in the previous round. Just great shooting from Dexter. Pretty standard from Navi with a lean towards the A bomb site. One player passively watching for mid pushes. Perfecto as well coming through the underpass. Him and Boomich going to work together to get some kind of semblance of mid control. Top con smoking. Flashbang, and here comes the A ramp exit. That's a big win from Chopper. A tough win, and he's naded by his teammate. Miscommunication from Spirit.
Mir's still waiting, though, at the ladder. He's going to try and work his position back out on catwalk. Down below, there is a presence. Mir gets actually above on catwalk as well. He's able to get caught out. It is a good presence from below, but watch out for SDY. Knows he's got Perfecto, gets the call that there's 2, and he immediately strikes before any response can happen. Now, the problem is, they may have taken back middle. They give up A in doing so, and Simple's able to just walk in, up versus up, and SDY will come to the same position at the same angle, but with only 19 HP and 2 kills to find. He does have a kit. He does have an incendiary, and he's going to try to make this work out as SDY sneaks back in from jungle, holding his nerve. Simple's holding the angle. Better still, and Navi find 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3, and they regain economic control. I mean, they never really lost it, but they at least put Team Spirit back in the tough situation. They're back to a full losing bonus, but only winning 1 round with 1 player surviving and then losing the next. So it'll have to be Deagles and Armor, SMG. I mean, they kind of have to put, you know, some stuff together, some kind of a buy together to be able to fight because they need rounds. They need rounds real bad at this junction of the game. Dexter spamming that Deagle through the mid smoke. That's a prayer. And Boomich is fast up catwalk. Good cover. Nade at the base of catwalk. Smoke, or I mean, excuse me, at the base of connector. Smoke at the top of it. And here comes a split. 2 players up catwalk already turning the corner. Boomich and Bit to find the entrance on Demir, and Perfecto gets Magic. Dexter's arrived, but he's only able to get the 1. And Navi continue to be convincing.
Yeah, exactly. Chopper's going to do what he can with this Deagle to try and find some exits, but Navi is all over Spirit in this round. This is not what we saw from Spirit. And Navi seemingly are motivated today. This is very much, at this rate, at the speed this series is going, and this game's going so far at least, this map is a warm-up for Gambit, is how you could look at it from Navi's side. It's just a death match right now. They're just getting all the kills.
Yeah, I mean, this map has generally been relatively close for this matchup. I mean, Spirits even beat him on it back at the previous RMR. And it was, as you outlined earlier, a very close matchup the first time these two teams met, where Navi had to win 14 rounds in a row. Came back in a big way against Spirit, but there's none of that here. Or at least it's picking up where they left off on that streak. Seems like something in that run really showed them the light on how to just overcome Spirit on this map, or at least it broke Spirit. A 10-3 lead. And really, there's been no issues. There's been no complications for Navi. They've gotten everything they've wanted.
Three, as you say, back into play. Dexter holding in middle with the run boost going by him, but still try and hold it as Boomich gets into a better position, holding with the smoke now ready for the window. They'll spot that obviously came directly from the boxes. The double op both in mid. Mir could actually catch them off as the Molotov will go down, bounced, and holding and containing that position. He won't be able to swing out and see past the smokes. Meanwhile, Electronic, how great has he been entering into the bomb site so far today? 11 for him, by the way. And he'll try and work out this in this round as well.
Well, they better get some good fights here on Navi's entrance. Chopper's gonna have a real tough task. Molotov underneath. Boomich jumping around the corner. Mir's got the op shot. Traded quickly. Dexter's still alive. Back towards ticket booth and spawn stairs. But Electronic isn't gonna vacate. Simple's coming from the other angle and he's got him. Dexter never saw him. Never saw him at all. Simple's kind of stuck out in the open right now. He's got to find a way to get this bomb planted. They're already trying to retake. There's Electronic. There's a Molotov, and Simple backs away. That pulls him out of the vision of SDY into a 2-on-2.
Simple trying to get back around with the AWP inside of the site. The Molotov goes deep. Mir's got the shot onto Simple. Bomb dropped as a result. It's all on Perfecto. Another 1vx. Surely this time they have to win it as well. They managed just barely last time to do so, but with the time on their side, exactly, Perfecto's not going to be able to do anything. Baits out one, at least gets the kill. Tries to go for the 1v2. Ooh, okay. I thought Mir was going to try and cross over and go toward the vent. That might have allowed Perfecto the angle to see him, but it's a survival of the winner in this case, because obviously by staying alive, Team Spirit pick up their 4th round, but only their 4th round on the CT side. And the op will stay up for Dexter, but there's still not a lot of money. 2 MP9s to go with in round 15, Jason.
Yeah, they haven't had a clean win. Like, that's the second time they've won a round with only a single player surviving, and an op brought into the next round. They've had nothing go their way in this half. On top of Navi steamrolling them, they just haven't gotten any luck either. Flashbang in, it's a deep smoke, so Dexter can see in front of it. Good trade up A ramp though. Oh, and this isn't good. The A bomb site's in a lot of trouble. Second player up ramp, that's Electronic, and he hasn't missed those shots too much in this game. Molotov in towards the position of Dexter, so he's got to back away. A follow-up grenade, but the flames won't spread.
Magic back upside. The site holds and checks firebox just to be sure no one's already got in there, which would be peculiar timing, but he'll hold in that position instead. Meanwhile, they'll rotate off as Dexter and Mir. Look at Boomich already in B. Are going to hold mid. This could be huge. I know he's low HP, 16, but just that information, just that ability to hold the site. He's not going to push too far forward in this situation because of that HP, but Perfectic and Simpo. I love mixing up words this week, apparently. Are caught, but Electronic, therefore, could rotate the bomb back over. They still don't have any information. In fact, inside of the lovely little corner of Checker, that's where Boomich will wait and allow Electronic the bomb plant. So good call to rotate back over. just strictly on this position alone, and now the rotations will come on, and we'll see if this is going to work out for Boomich. The nades would be enough to take him down, and there is one. Magic has it, but do they check it? No, they're going to walk in. They're going to make noise. They're going to line up and perfectly killed and executed. It was actually Electronic that got the second kill, but Boomich did all the work.
That is probably one of the more dominant halves we've seen throughout this week at the RMR.
I would agree with that, yep.
That's actually wild how dominant that was for Na'Vi. A pistol round and a second round for Spirit, and then 2 gun rounds that are won with a single player surviving. It doesn't get much more comprehensive than that. 11-4 is the lead at halftime. And you're right, it is looking a little bit like a warm-up game at the moment. This is a huge contrast to the previous time we saw these two teams meet.
That's the huge benefit of the pace of it, because 2 things. One is you beat them quickly. You don't have to be mentally exhausted. It's a good warm-up to get the muscle going, to get the blood flowing, to make sure the team's on the same page. And if you do beat them quickly, you get a little bit of a break before that best of 5. So, yeah, this is fine in a lot of ways, considering the long day. Sure, they got to be out of bed maybe a little bit earlier, but that's fine. Whereas if this was a long series that gets stretched out, and it still could be, let's not rule that out. If it gets stretched out 3 long maps and then they don't have a break and they go straight in against Gambit and mentally they're a little more strained, yeah, it's a bit of a different situation. Look at this situation, though. Simple 3 kills. Just annihilates them in mid. As again, it was Electronic that went down early. Pistol looked like a contest at the start, and suddenly it's all on Chopper. Bombs lost in mid. Smoke down top connector. He won't even be able to see through it. And as a result, he's just going to go prodding towards CT spawn, but on his way is Simple. Unfortunately, Simple was already low on HP from his earlier engagements, so Chopper will at least get that kill, but I think this round might be too far gone.
Oh, yeah, it should be. Unless he opens it up with a... I mean, he probably had to hit that headshot, so... 1v3, bomb is dropped in perhaps the worst position possible. It can't get much worse than that. Just a matter of time. So it's likely to be 12 in the favor of Na'Vi. We'll see if Chopper... He could have a timing here on this. Oh, Perfecto's actually outside the window. And his teammates will spot Chopper turning the corner, so this is all good. It's not a huge deal. Shoulder peek spots him out. Chopper jumps down. Never expected Perfecto. 12-4, 8-round lead. He's so good. He's such a freak. 12-4. Na'Vi is just going to march on, and I think they're just going to quickly get us over to the second map in the series.
I think that's very much the case, given that they win this pistol as well. We have seen them lose a few second rounds, but no bomb plant, no purchase power, so it's just Glocks. I'd say they're probably pretty safe this time. Simple to wait it out inside a connector, can pop his head up and see toward Palace whenever they want. Run boost goes in front of the boxes this time. That just gives Big 2 quick kills. Simple came over to support it though, and as a result of that, gives a bit of pressure toward Boomich. He'll go down as all of the guns are firing that direction. Good bomb plant. Spirit at least get that achieved, so they'll be able to purchase in this next round rather strongly, but it will be Na'Vi already on 13 rounds.
At least the plant's going to help this next round buy for Team Spirit be a little bit stronger. They can actually even get an AWP now off the back of that extra $100 and feel confident with some armor and some nades behind it. So it'll be interesting to see which direction they take things. Pretty standard round altogether, though. Na'Vi only losing Boomich. And here we go. No AWP in play. It's 5 AK strategy for Team Spirit. All the utility, all the nades they could possibly want. We're going to start out. SDY heading towards top mid. Aggressive defense from Na'Vi, though. They don't want any breathing room for Team Spirit. Bit and Electronic. Be aggressive in mid. Electronic's got the first kill. Can't find the follow-up. Spam doing a bit of damage, and he's going to be able to get away. He bails out. Mir still thinks he's an underpass. That's how sneaky Electronic was, and that's well worth the 33 damage they took to get that opening kill.
Shot from Electronic takes down Chopper as he'll swing back into the site. Mir is with an AK at middle, hoping desperately to find someone even checking underpass at this point in time, but no one there. Bomb outside of A main is going to try and work toward the site, but they need some support. They need some help inside of middle, and Boomich already up on top of the... Oh, good position, good angle, off angle, up on top of the planters, is able to get the shot down toward the A position, and it's all on to Mir. Bit is actually going to get found. Simple as well. Mir's making this somewhat awkward, but needs an ace. A 1v5 ace at that to try and make this round possible. Smoke out to jungle will at least give him a bit more room to move, but I don't think he's got the time. With 39 seconds, Bomb still in the possession of the CTs. It's going to take a miracle, Jason.
And he's got Electronic that he has to find and kill, and Electronic is just a beast right now. He's like the Terminator. He just literally moves wherever he wants to on the map and finds a kill. And for whatever reason, sometimes they're even just never looking in his direction. Nice find right at the end. 14-4. And whew, looks like we're gonna get a quick finish. And if you're Team Spirit, I guess it's... I mean, it would be nice to see them maybe string a few rounds together and show a little bit of life at the end of this map, but also in the back of my head, I'm just like, well, Dust 2's next, and that's been far and away the best we've ever seen Spirit play. As much as we've questioned Team Spirit throughout this event, not on Dust 2. So maybe it's even a good thing if we could just get them quickly onto their map pick where they have a huge 88% win rate.
Yeah, that is a massive win rate, isn't it? I think Duncan spoke about that yesterday, that at any level of a win rate that consistently on a map such as Dust 2, that pretty much everyone has to play or has played or has in the pool at some point in time, that's pretty significant. Simple, meanwhile, in the B apartments at the window, is going to look down the hall. And on Catwalk, Bit will wait and see what he can do with the position. SDY, meanwhile, sneaking up with the Tech 9 as Navi looks for map point.
This is Spirit's plan B. They wanted to go to the B bomb site. They wanted to do a set piece and execute into B. This is like a whole different audible changeup. And actually, they're just going to go back to the B site. So nades used in mid, they can come back and clear their flank and make sure nobody's circled around them. And then it's right back to the initial strategy. We're shied away initially due to the aggression of Simple in the B halls, but now they're excited to go back.
Perfecto. Done so far from him, but he doesn't need to. His teammates in great position. They rotate around. All five stay alive. Perfecto takes the most amount of damage, but also took the aggro, and Bit's able to get the hat trick inside of the sights. Just like that, we find map point already. You're right. We might have to look forward to Dust 2 already, Jason.
Yeah, I think Spirit's got to be happy about that at this point. This is so wild. I can't believe how dominant Navi looks right now in this opening map. It's really, really cool to see. I mean, you got to feel for Team Spirit, though. Like in that, it's just been solid from Navi. Individually, their players are carrying this game, even if it's nothing crazy tactically. Nice kills from Mir and Dexter. Bit gonna swing out, find one kill, find a little bit of a return, but look at the HP it's costed to get those kills. Like they might not even technically be on top of this, even with a man advantage. It's gonna be so easy to multi-kill against this Team Spirit team if Navi can get to the right position.
Perfecto inside of the ladder room. SDY. Already inside of B, once again. Just as Boomich did in the first half, the B player could be everything they need in the round, and it's going to be very similar because SDY, although he has 100 HP this time, so unlike Boomich, who is weak, is already going to be going in toward checker room as well. He's just double-checking Catwalk. He doesn't want to call his teammates in and say, hey, guys, wide open, and then they get caught off when they do arrive, but that means he's not quite in a good enough position to get... Ooh, I was going to say Bit coming inside of checker, but does hear him, gets the noise cue, gets the kill, and Bomb was thrown into the site, but now they're going to realize that it's safe to go and grab as well. They'll go for the plant. Perfecto. Bomb has been planted. Hasn't spotted them cross just yet. Bomb is planted. He's not really sure where to go, so we should have one more round on this. I can't imagine Navi trying to pull this clutch back given the positions, even though the HP's low, and I don't know that they'll want to because they've got some guns to work with, including 2 AKs picked up and carried over.
Yeah, and I mean, fair play. They've got a lot of rounds to play with, obviously. 10 more chances after this, and certainly feeling supremely confident. So a little bit of a life for Team Spirit here at the end, lifeline, as they extend the game by a round, at least for the moment. Good find though, and good reposition, good opening kills in middle, even if it did cost the HP, doesn't come back to haunt them. Electronic, you could see 20 kills, 106 ADR, 104 as it changes as a bomb explosion, 17 kills on Bit and Simple. And if you go over to Team Spirit, the highest kill total is SDY with 11. Next up, Dexter with 9.
Yep, absolutely. Everyone double digits already. Navi, I say already, we're on round 20, sure. But the fact of the matter is it hasn't been that much of a contest. So certainly looking decent. Flash out toward mid. Smoke already down on Catwalk. Dexter's able to cross over as a result. Also going to be able to cover out in mid with the flashes in position. Mir was able to throw that out. He's popped out and taken down Electronic. Watch for the spray of the AK as well toward the window, and he knows there's a player on the right side trapped at this point. So a smoke out defensively to try and move him in out of that position, but the Molotov down. Okay, there's the smoke from Bit. I was going to say, he's going to have to throw that sooner or later, but because of the Molotov, he wasn't able to throw it far enough. Gap for Simple to work with, but also means Bit can't cross cleanly. He knows he's going to be being watched, though, and Simple goes for the kill that will protect, but they may not know Magic is also in that position, and he's going to sneak toward the connector as well. Man down on the Spirit side, but good position, and Magic could rip this wet round wide open. Gets into jungle. Bit was ready, but Magic's got the headshot to cover off Murder Hole. Bomb to rotate back over toward A. This comes down to Boomich to hold the site as he sits back at the ticket booth. The rotation, I think, from Simple has to go to CT at this point as well with that smoke in position on the vent. Get the AWP to the line of sight. They don't want to leave B yet, so Perfecto's just waiting to make sure this is absolutely going to be an A hit with 38 seconds left. There's a Molotov and 5 flashes. That is all for the T's. So there will be contact. There will be a brawl. There will be a fight to get inside of this site. And Chopper might be the one to start that off if he swings to check CT. Jungle clear, knows his teammates there. Simple's going to look that direction, needs to be aware of the fact that he could be peeked from jungle. But they're not sure where they are, and they're backing off of this, considering that it might still be B. Now the Molotov goes out. Flashes. That'll hold Simple back for a moment. Can't get the angle, but Bomb just getting into position now. Again, will not have any coverage, so they have to go aggressive as well toward connecting with Perfecto. Tries to get through, but they're not elevated enough. Magic does get the kill. Bomb goes down. That allows Boomich back in, though, as they're all distracted, and this game's over.
Yep, it's over. And what a way to end it. An excellent retake from Navi right at the end. Good patience as well. But that is dominance from start to finish. That first half was a thing of beauty for Navi. It didn't even feel like Spirit had a chance, not only in the match, but just in even the individual fights being taken. Electronic was a monster, a team effort at a Navi. Clinical Counter-Strike wins the day, 16-5. And that's going to take us to Dust 2. And Spirit's got to be so happy to have that map behind him.
Yeah, I would say that's absolutely true. Spirit, get that one out of the way. Get that one out of the mind quickly. Dust 2, though, we know Navi are super capable on it. It's an incredible win rate, 88%. But it is a map everyone can play. And they're going to need their economy. They're going to need the ops firing. They're going to need Mir to step up, as always, Jason. But yeah, this is a phenomenal start. You can see that lovely Navi logo for a lot of the fans in the crowd. This is, there's a Canadian Maple Leaf. That's kind of cool. This is actually taken straight from Twitch, so it's not linked to Steam. So everyone in Twitch with an avatar has a chance to show themselves in the crowd. Pretty cool.
Nice.
I like it.
Cool.
Look, I know it seems like a silly thing to harp on about, but it's just nice to see some visualization of community right now during this pandemic. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of cool. It's a good touch.
That's a really sweet, heartfelt sentiment, Matt. I like that. Well done.
Yeah, I can be wholesome every now and then.
Yeah, every once in a while. Well, you know who else can be wholesome is Banks, Vendetta, and Duncan. All those guys are known for their wholesome personalities and positivity.